Okay. So, guys, I will be discussing about MySQL. What is MySQL? How it came into existence? What is the use of MySQL? Where it has been used? How it has been used? What are the features of MySQL? And many more things. So, what I will do, first of all, what you need is to download MySQL from Google. Just Google for MySQL Workbench, and from the official site of MySQL, just go and download MySQL. You will be downloading two files. First, the first file will be the database. The second file will be the Workbench. And if you face any difficulties in downloading the files, please don't worry. We will be providing you with the links directly what software to be installed in your system. But from the very beginning, let me just tell you what is a database or what is being stored in some database. But first of all, before database, introduction of database, first let me tell you what is a data. First, let me tell you what is an information. There are two terms over here. First is the database, the second is the information. Okay. So the thing is that we all have studied in our college, in our programming subject, that the collection of raw facts and figures is called the data. Okay. The collection of raw facts and figures is called data, and the manipulation and the conversion of that particular data into a proper format is called information. Clear? The collection of raw facts and figures is called the data, and the manipulation and converting that raw figures into a proper format of information is called the information itself. Now, as we say, database means we are collecting the data inside a database. MS Excel is also a database. Okay. We collect several databases, several data of particular client, of particular business, of particular work inside Excel sheet. The process of maintaining that in a proper manner, so that output should be in a proper manner or in a proper format, that is called the information. I will give you a small, I will just giving you an example. If I give you many MS Word file, MS Excel file with many figures and facts of many citizens of India, and what I will ask you that please make me an Excel file only of the citizens between the age 21 to 30 years. So what do you have to do? You all have to search, fetch that particular information from all the Excel file, and you have to copy it from there and paste it in some other Excel file or a sheet in a proper manner, in a proper format, so that whoever opens that particular Excel sheet, for him or her, it will be clear that the entire worksheet is prepared of the citizens with the data of them between the age of 21 to 30. So here, many Excel files with many jumbled information of citizens is the data. And to converting that particular data to a fixed particular format as per the client requirement of the client is called the information. I believe my example is clear for you all? Okay. So first of all, let me tell you, there are many databases. You can call it Excel itself is a database, but up to a higher, you can call it the Oracle, you can call it MySQL, you can call it MS SQL. MS SQL stands for Microsoft SQL Server. You can say MS Access. MS Access is also a database, but it is widely used in offline applications. Big data, and there are Firebase also MongoDB also. There are many databases. The name you can just go ahead and count it. In here, we are going to discuss about MySQL. Okay, MySQL is also a database, but it is it's license-free database. Means you don't have to own the license. You don't have to purchase MySQL from the service provider or from market to use your system. Whereas in web server, the database which we use, mostly we use MySQL because it's a license-free database. You can get it for free. And other database like Oracle or MS SQL, these are the two databases which can be found on web servers. So these databases are licensed database. You mean to say that you have to pay more. You have to pay a little more to get the license of this particular database, like Oracle and MS SQL Server. Though they provide security also, though they provide a good visibility also, it's up to the developer choice, whatever database they use. Mostly MySQL database is used by the PHP developers because they host their applications in Linux server, they get Linux hosting. So as I go saying that some technical terms, hostings, development, you can just go through the videos. We have the sessions for the online sessions, for the online webinar sessions about the hosting packages, about the detailing of the hosting. You can get it from there itself. Here we are discussing MySQL, the database. So what I was saying is that there are many databases: MS SQL, Oracle, MongoDB, Big Data, MS SQL Server Access, Oracle, and many other. They all have their own purposes. They all have their own features. They all hold certain features, key features, which is being utilized by the developer, the person who uses the database. So as I was saying is that MySQL database is being used by PHP developers, most of the PHP developers, because PHP is a free application, it's a license-free application, as well as MySQL also. And MySQL is very much compatible with PHP applications. But in the case of .NET applications, we have to book a window hosting package, and in window hosting package we get both MySQL database also and MS SQL database also. So the good thing is that if you want to attach .NET application with MySQL database, it is also compatible with my .NET application, as well as MS SQL is also compatible with .NET application. So if you use .NET applications, you can use either of this database, whether MySQL also, whether MS Access also, or MS SQL Server also. But if somebody is using PHP application, they have to use MySQL database also, because this is the only database which is compatible with PHP developing app environment. In here we are going to discuss about MySQL. So as I was saying is that MySQL is a license-free database, but when somebody designs the application in PHP, they requires WAMP server in their system, in their local system. WAMP stands for Window, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. All these four things are there in WAMP server. you need to install that WAMP server in your system in order to develop your application in PHP and MySQL, so that you can host your application in WAMP server and see what it looks like in your local system. But for .NET developer, we don't need WAMP server in our system. We have IIS already. It's also a server where we host our developed application in .NET. But how to use MySQL outside the WAMP server? So to install only MySQL server in your system, you require MySQL Workbench. Okay, MySQL Workbench is, you can say that it is only the database of MySQL that you can install in your system and you can work on it. Otherwise, you have to install the entire WAMP server in your system, which is obviously is a large file. So for your system to be installed, to install your system, to use this MySQL in your system, you can install either WAMP server, in which you will get PHP also, Apache also, and MySQL also. Or if you want to work only on MySQL, you can just download SQL Server Workbench and start the working process. So the link will be provided to you all through your mail, or else you can just download the version of Workbench from as compatible to your system. I'm using 6.0 in my system. So let me just go through my system. You will get an icon like this on your screen. When you will open MySQL server, MySQL database, okay, it will open like this. You have to, first of all, when you will install MySQL, you have to create a connection. When you will open the connection, you will get a user ID and password. My password has been saved as the default, so it didn't ask for my password. The environment which you see is like this. Okay. On the left hand side, you will see the database over here. There are many databases created inside the MySQL database. These databases are called schema. These databases are called schema. Means schema is a term which is used to create the database inside MySQL. And inside the MySQL, we will create tables and views. What are tables? What are views? How to create a table? How to create a view? How to fetch the data through SQL statements? That we are going to discuss in the 2-day session of today and tomorrow. First of all, you have to create a database. Whenever you create an application, whenever client told you, saved you, and asked you to create a database according to the business, you need to understand first the business. Then only you can create the table. Then only you can create the views. To create the schema inside a SQL server, you have to go up here. It says create a new schema in the connected server. You need to just click it. It will ask you for the schema, the database, new database name. We will write MySQL test. And what we will do, we will just apply. And we will apply. So what you can see it over here, that a new schema in the name of MySQL test has been created over here. It means that we have created a small database. We have created a small database according to our need over here. Now what we will do, we have to create the tables. But to create the table before, let me just explain you something. What is the need of tables? What are tables? Okay. Let me just give you an example. In a school, we have different departments for admissions also. We have different departments for examination also. We have different departments for library also. We have different departments for examination also. We have different departments for fee collection also. Are you getting my point? So according to the department, we will try to create the tables. How? Let me just tell you. Suppose in admission department, what are the things they're going to maintain? They're going to maintain the student admission number. They're going to maintain the student father's number, father's name. They're going to maintain the student name, mother's name, date of birth, place of birth, Aadhaar card, PAN card, a photograph of the student, previous school detail, allergy details, and many other details. This is the work of the admission department to maintain these data of every student in the school. So just imagine they have to create a separate table for maintaining these data. And here comes one more term, which is called fields. What are fields? The father name, the mother name, the student name, the admission number, the date of birth, the phone number. These are called the fields. So if I say somewhere the term fields, just keep in mind that I am saying the data type, the data information, the kind of information what we have to store in that particular database. Those are called the fields. I will repeat: admission number, father name, age, date of birth, student name, mother name, allergy, and several other things. These are called fields inside one table. What is a table? I'm just attaching the term table to a particular department of a school. The admission department, what kinds of data they will try to store in their database. Those kinds of data are called fields. What are fields? What fields they are going to deal? They are dealing with of particular student, and what kind of data they are going to store inside their department. A department is the table, and the kind of data is the fields. There is one more term, the data type. We'll be discussing in later. Now just imagine. Now if we move on to the fee collection department. Okay, so the department is the fees collection department, which deals only with the collection of the fees. So what kind of fields they're going to dealing with? Fee date, fee amount, tuition fee, computer fee, all kinds of fee, the due charge, the late charges, the due charges, the due collection charges, yearly renewal fees, yearly admission fees, examination fees, all the things related to money matters are gonna stored. The Department of Fees Collection is gonna stored in their department. So fees collection could also be a table, and the fields could be fee date, fee amount, tuition fee, due fee, late fee, payment mode. These are all could be the fields. So I believe you all are getting what are the table format, what are the fields inside a table. Now we will discuss about something called data type. But first of all, let me just tell you, let me just show you all how this thing has been done. Now just imagine we have created us one more schema and we have table. What we will do, we will just right click on the table and we will say select create table. The output of this particular product is much more similar than MS Excel file. The way of inputting data in MS Excel is the same, similar in putting in the data inside the MS SQL server, the output of the table. the runtime of the table. Though we require a front end also in order to push the data from front end to back end, but here we are not here to discuss about the front end. We are here to discuss about the back end, which is the database, and which is MySQL Workbench. Now here what we do, we will write the table name like admission detail. Admission detail. I created a table which is called admission detail. We will apply to it. Okay, here is saying, okay. I think we have just did something wrong. What we have to do, don't save. We have to select this table database and then we have to create the table. We will write admission table. So here what we are doing, we are creating a table, and inside the column names we will be writing the fields name. What types of data the Department of Admission is going to store. So the first thing is that admission number. It's called admission number, not admission. Admission number. The second should be student name. The third should be gender. So you can see whenever I'm creating a field over here, on my right hand side, there is a term called data type. What is a data type? Inside a Department of Admission, we will have to store, the Department of School stores many types of data, like student admission details, student name, student phone number, student date of birth, student father name, student address, student allergy, and many other things. So these are called fields. But the kind of fields is called the data type. Let me give you an example. Admission number should be in numbers. If it should be numbers, then we will be using INT, means integer values. Means you cannot write alphabets in the place of admission number. Suppose we can say we will be writing student name over here, and we have taken varchar 45. Varchar stands for variable and character also, and the 45 denotes the length of the character. Means your name could be 45 characters long. Suppose your name is Rajiv Ranjan, RAJIV space is also a character, RANJAN, 16 characters. So up to 45 characters your name could be long. And the data type is varchar, variable and character. We can give commas also, we can give apostrophes also. We can use a character also in that particular field. Gender, again we can take varchar 45. Now if we write contact number, now what we will do, we will just select, there are many database types over here. We will select number over here. Decimals are also there. Date type is also there. We will not find, we are not seeing numbers over here, but we can take integers also, INT. This denotes that the contact number should be in numbers only in this particular field. We won't be writing names. We won't be writing alphabets inside the contact number data field type. So the database data type means what kind of data we are going to store inside the database, whether it's an alphabet database kind of a database, or a number database, or a character database. Again, we're going to store something, address, and here we will be giving varchar 45. But just think, the characters length of the address could be more than 45 characters. So what we can do, we can just erase 45 and we can write 255 over here also. Means the address could be 255 characters long. If it is less than that, it's okay, but the maximum length should be 255 characters. And we can store the variable also and characters also. Means if you write somebody's address like Jamshedpur, India, you have to add the pin code also in that address field. What does it mean? It means that you are using text also and you are using numbers also. So in that case, we will be using varchar and the character name should be 255. I believe what I am just saying to you all, the formation of a database, what are the database, the formation of a table, what is a table, what I just gave you an example of a table. I just gave you an example of fields. I just gave you the proper description of data type, what kind of data types, what are the data types. There are many. So as we go on, we will be discussing. I believe everything is clear to you all, guys. Till here, any problem? Are you facing any problem? Anybody? So I will be providing my contact ID and my WhatsApp number to you all, so that later on, if you face any problem in creating a database or using any database like MySQL also, or MS SQL also, or MS Access also, because I personally deals in these three databases only. Though I work on Oracle also, but for the client basis, nobody is going to use Oracle on their local machine. So I don't use Oracle as a professional work. I use MySQL also, MS SQL also, and MS Access also in my day-to-day life of professional work. So I will be providing you with my contact ID, so that in future, if you require any help, any assistance regarding the database, you can just contact me directly. So as I was saying that, what is a table? What are the fields and what are the data types? I believe you all have understood. Just message me, anybody, so that I can proceed further. Or anybody has a question till here, just message me back. Okay, then I will do one thing. I will just proceed. You can see it over here that I have created one more field, which is email ID. There could be many fields. There could be many records, many types of record which any school keep in their admission department. But we will here discuss many a small amount of fields in a particular table. So after creating this, what we will do, we will just hit apply button, and this is the script. This is the database script. Either you can create the database in your system, or if you copy this script in your notepad and run this script in your system, in your local machine, inside your MS SQL database, the entire table will be created automatically by itself. This is the process of the script, and we will apply and we will hit finish. So you can see it over here that in the table section, we have created one table called admission table over here. And now inside this admission table, what we will do, we will try to insert some data. Okay. I will be telling you how to insert the data through SQL statement. I will be telling you how to update that particular any data inside the table through SQL statement. I will be telling you how to delete any particular record inside the table through SQL statement. So the SQL statement we're going to learn, we're going to discuss in this two-day session of MySQL are four kinds: select statement, insert statement, update statement. I believe you all can hear me, guys. Is my voice audible to you all? If my voice is audible to you all as well as my screen is, just give me a feedback through message so that I can proceed further. Anybody? Okay. So I will be proceeding further. As I told that we have to insert some data directly over here. And then what we will do after inserting few data, the process which I just showed you, what we will do, we will just click apply. So you can see the SQL statement of insert over here has been generated by itself, and we will click apply. And what the error is being showed over here, it's saying that the Floyd, this. So what we will do, we will just go back. We'll just cancel it. Then we have to see what's wrong in the data field, data type. Okay, and okay. So here what we are doing, we are just inserting the data. Now let me insert one more data, which will be 1002. The name will be Prakash Verma, mail, contact number, again Delhi, India, the we'll be writing the email address. And now what we will do, we'll just click apply to see the changes inside our database, but it says there's a problem. So we have to just read the entire statement. Okay. Now let me just view the data type. The email is this, character is this, contact number is int, integer. Let me just change the integer to numeric value. We can see it over here. Long number. Any data type, year, curvy, geographical, sub, numeric, long, and it is there. Integer 11, we will just click apply. We will just close it. So in here, what you are seeing is that this is the process to insert the data inside the MS SQL, MySQL database table of admission detail. There might be many fields inside the MySQL table, but we will be going with a less amount of fields inside the table. So today, what I just told you all about is to how to create what a database type, how to create a schema inside MySQL, how to create a table inside MySQL, what are fields, what are data types, how to insert the fields, how to insert the data inside the database. And what we're going to do, you're going to see it over here. We have a view section also. What are views? How to insert? What are the uses of views? How to insert the data inside the view? Basically, there is no process of inserting data inside the view. A view stands for process which has been seen by attaching to database according to the client need. How it has been used, why it has been used, we will be discussing in our future sessions. But today we have discussed about the database, creation of the database, what are the benefits of database, what are the benefits of using MySQL. So guys, I will be happy to hear from you that you face any problem, any misunderstanding, or any you can say have you all haven't understood any part, anything, any element inside till here, till the making of a database, till the making of the table and inserting the values inside the table. Is everything is clear from my side? Does anybody has any question? If anybody has a question, please raise your question in the message section so that I can proceed further. Anybody? Shatabdi Patnaik, Siri Kunuki. Does anybody have a question from your side? Or I believe you all have understood the process till here. No questions from anybody? Okay.